So I've been a lot more pessimistic as of late. And as of late is meaning like honestly the entire year and a half, recent year and a half. I think I've been getting more and more negative, honestly. And specifically, what I mean by this is, I guess the specific instance where I notice this most is when I have something exciting planned for the next day, right? Like, let's say I had like plans with friends or like the first day of school, something very exciting. Um, the night before, usually, I would be really, really excited and like just thinking of all the good things that could happen the next day, right? Like, I don't know, for example, um, well, yeah, I gave the examples. I would just be extremely excited. I would still be able to sleep. But I would just have like pangs of excitement within me. You guys know how like sometimes you think of something really exciting about to happen, and then you just have a pang of excitement within you, right? Uh, but basically, I think honestly, for the past year, maybe not year and a half, I've been so defensively pessimistic. That's what it's called, right? Defensive pessimism. If you um, if you hope for the worst, if you expect the worst, then you'll always be happily surprised. Now, when I first heard about this, like when I was younger, like a year or two ago, I like absolutely rejected it because I feel like and still feel like this is a horrible way to think about everything. Like even if, right, thinking about everything negatively means that you'll like thinking about everything going the worst possible way it can. If you do that, you'll always be like happily, like unexpectedly surprised. So everything will go better than you expect it to, even though that might be true. You're literally setting yourself up for failure. Like if you prime yourself that a certain event or a certain day or a certain thing is not going to go as well, then you're basically saying to yourself, and like it's not going to go well, and then it's not going to go well. Because a lot of times, I've said this many times before, but if you think you're gonna have fun, you're gonna have fun. If you think you're not, you're less likely to have fun, right? It's all about your mindset approaching things. But the problem is the risk with being too positive with things, however, which defensive pessimism prevents against, is disappointment, right? Like oftentimes, I'm very excited about something and it doesn't go perfectly, or it's not as fun as I expect it to be, and so it's just like very disappointing. And you're like, yeah, why did I even get my hopes up in the first place? Uh, and so like I think like but even though I realize it's like really bad to be defensively pessimistic, I think as of late I have been doing it a lot, and I think it's a common theme, honestly, in a common theme in me doing things that prevent me from getting hurt, you know, prevent me from failing. It's like I think I don't know if I made a video on this. I think I did. No, I didn't. Oh, I'll make a video on this. But it's just like being scared to try because you're scared to fail, right? I'm scared to put like hope into things going well because I'm scared that it won't. It's a very like cowardly way to live, in my opinion. Um, and like sure, it might be pragmatic, I guess, in a sense, but like on paper it might be pragmatic is what I'm trying to say. Like sure, on paper it minimizes your, like it always creates a positive surprise for the next day, right? But in practice, when you actually I think apply it, it just puts you in a really negative mindset of priming yourself for the thing not to go well, because if you think it's not going to go well, it's probably not. uh but yeah, like this is really just a more general mindset thing with me, thinking of things way more negatively than they have to be, not putting hope in things. And it really is just me being very defensive. And I think I really don't, oh, oops. I really don't like that, honestly, about myself if I keep doing it, myself doing it, because it's just like such a, sure, okay, if you don't take risks, Don't put stakes into things. Don't put hope into things going well. Sure, every time, like nothing, you won't ever fail to meet expectations. But also, that's just like leaves you nothing to hope for, you know? And that's kind of sad. I mean, honestly, I think, I don't know. I've been trying to stop myself every time, because I do consciously do it. I'm just like, okay. Like, every time I see myself getting excited about something, I just kind of stop myself, which is really bad. And so much so that's almost become a natural reflex at this point. But, like, since I formed this habit, right, there's obviously a way to get rid of it. And that's just, like, stopping yourself whenever you're doing it. Yeah. I've definitely realized my videos have been getting messier and messier, right, as of late. Just, like, more scattered ideas and stuff. But I think I got my point across. It's basically just, like, yeah, okay. So now let's talk about solutions, I guess, to this problem. I talked about the problem a bit. I think I need to plan better in my head before starting it. Also, oh yeah, another video I want to make is my head is very cluttered. Did I not make the being scared to fail video? Yeah, so my head is very cluttered right now, so, like, it's very hard to plan things. Maybe this is just an excuse, but, like, yeah, it's just so hard to think sometimes. Oh yeah, solutions. I think solutions is just allowing myself to put more stake in things. Put more stake in being more hopeful that things will go well in just, like, daily everyday things, and just, like, other things in general, right? Because if you do, like, it is a positive feedback loop. If you do put, like, put stake into something going well, like, believe something will go well, the more it'll more likely go well, right? And then that'll, like, reaffirm you putting more stake into things going well, and then you'll put even more, and so on and so forth, and soon enough you'll be happier. Obviously it's not that simple, but basically that's where I'm going with this. Hopefully that made some sense. It's just, like, I don't like defensive pessimism at all. I think it's just, even though I've been using it, I think it's just a very, very sad way to think about life. Predicting the worst outcome possible. Like, sometimes you just need to, like, jump with, like, across a chasm without knowing what's underneath, without knowing what you're falling to, you know, what you could be falling into. Because this is true too. Like, okay, let's say you're rock climbing, and you don't know what's underneath you, right? If you expect to fall, you're gonna fall. If you're expecting that it'll fail, you'll fail. But if you just don't care about what's underneath, like, okay, if you fail, you fail, whatever. Don't look down, and then you just jump for it. You'll get it. So yeah, this is why I don't like defensive pessimism. I've been more pessimistic recently, and I hope I can regain some of my positivity. I mean, I think it's, in these cases, like, the reason why it's so easy to get into these sorts of habits is because I think that, to an extent, negative reinforcement is way better at preventing you from doing things than positive reinforcement is, if that makes sense. Like, if you get disappointed once, like, that's very strong reinforcement, and for you not to get your hopes up the next time for things going well, right? But if something does go well, like, it's not gonna make you, like, it's just gonna keep you there. It just takes one bad experience, honestly. And so yeah, don't be defensively pessimistic. I urge you guys to hope for the best. Like, look forward to each day, and don't be like, okay, yeah, you know, whatever. And it's hard. Like, as you get older, I think a lot of times, like you get hit with the realities of life or whatever, and you just kind of mellow out a bit, and it's natural to become more pessimistic. But I think still it's very good to try and consciously be more optimistic and hopeful for not even the next day, but many other things within your life. So be hopeful. Don't be pessimistic defensively, even though you might get hurt more easily. Being optimistic and hopeful is for the better. But yeah, I might make a better video on this saying the same thing in a couple of weeks. Like, my problem with these videos is, like, I make one and then I have a more refined version of what I want to say because I've made a video about it, and I don't want to post the same video 2 days in a row. So let me know in the comments if that's fine if I post 2 days in a row. I think it might be fine, honestly, if you're just getting a more refined version of what I'm saying the first day. It's better for myself and maybe viewers too. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, I'll make the parkour out of this. Make it out of this part of the parkour. I also think it really varies day to day. Like, some days I'll be in such a good talking mood, and I'll form the most precise, articulate sentences, be able to, like, find every word I'm looking for. And then other days, like today, it's just like I'm stumbling on my words. I can't find the right descriptors to use for what I'm trying to say, and it just feels horrible because, you know, you're not getting out exactly precisely what you want to say, so it feels really like you're really cramped. But I think it's just I'm tired. That's my go-to excuse nowadays. Anyways, that's all I have to say for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, I already did my outro. Why am I doing it again? Anyways, alright, see you guys. Bye.